Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Did Jimmy Graham sort of inadvertently announce his retirement? I'm not sure if you saw this over the weekend, but the Saints tight end, who of course came out of, after missing the 2022 season, played the 2023 season with the New Orleans Saints. And he kind of had a veiled, so long New Orleans, thanks for the memories tweet after the season when he was heading out of town. Well, we learned that Jimmy Graham, and he posted on social media, is going to participate in the Arctic Challenge. And if you haven't seen it, he posted on social, Arctic Challenge. The impact of the Arctic Challenge goes far beyond the 4 athletes in the Arctic Ocean with the mission to inspire young minds. The teams aim to challenge the next generation to push beyond their limits, their limiting beliefs, and chart their own course. Jimmy Graham, this summer, is going to row across the Arctic Ocean. Not solo. It'll be a 4-person team, and they're doing it for charity. I'll give you some of the deets. They're going to row for 15 days, nonstop. Forgive me, this is it says July of 2025. Forgive me. So it is next summer. My apologies. Not this summer, next summer. It's the Arctic Challenge that's going to raise money for the Jimmy Graham Foundation, Covenant House, Laureus Sport for Good, nonprofit organizations that benefit and support disadvantaged youth. They're trying to break several records as they're going to travel 1,000 kilometers through, as it says, one of the world's harshest climates. They're trying to break the speed record as the fastest 4-person team to cross the Arctic. The current record is 15 days, 5 hours, and 32 minutes. That happened in 2023. For crews of all sizes, the average speed is 16 and a half days. Now, I'm curious. You obviously can't row for 15 straight days. You have to stop and sleep and eat and all that stuff. So I don't know if they have a trail boat that follows them, that they get out of their rowing boat. I have no idea. I have no idea how this. I'm looking for video of this thing. I'm at the website for the Arctic Challenge. It's just pretty fascinating to think what they're going to do. But my thought was, thinking that was the summer, that Jimmy Graham is done in the NFL, because June is when OTAs begin, training camp begins in July, and then August is the preseason. So typically you're going to spend the spring training your body and getting ready for off-season, then go to off-season workouts, getting ready for the preseason, and preseason get ready for the regular season. Now, as we know, Jimmy Graham joined the team late this year and jumped aboard. Maybe veteran players, as we say, don't need training camp. But I don't know how exactly you get your body ready for an NFL season if you're going to spend the summer training for and then rowing across the Arctic Ocean. But if Jimmy Graham is done, if and when the day comes that he formally announces his retirement and is officially done in the NFL, we can do the post-mortem on Jimmy Graham's career, but it will go down as one of the great what-ifs, certainly in Saints history. Because the start to Jimmy Graham's career was on track with Gronk at that time as the best and most productive tight ends in the NFL. And when the Saints traded Jimmy Graham in 2015, Jimmy Graham's career became a winding maze of kind of average in Seattle and Green Bay and Chicago. And what could he have been in New Orleans while the Saints continued for the next decade and are still looking for Jimmy Graham's replacement in that spot? They signed Kobe Fleener, which was a total bust. We sent him off to the Island of Misfit Toys years ago. Benjamin Watson was a productive player, but never at the level that Jimmy Graham was. Jared Cook was a crook. It was a waste of money. That was a terrible signing. And actually, his fumble cost Drew Brees the opportunity in his final season to advance beyond that game at home against Tampa. You drafted Adam Troutman, and that went belly up. He's in Denver now. I guess my point is, ever since you traded Jimmy Graham to Seattle for Max Unger, which Max Unger was a great player. I'm not saying the trade was a bad one, but Jimmy Graham very well could have been on a Hall of Fame trajectory, and he and Drew Brees had an amazing rapport together, and you traded him, and he never, ever approached the level and the productivity that he had in New Orleans and Sean Payton's offense catching balls from Drew Brees. And the Saints similarly never have come close to finding a player of Jimmy Graham's caliber at that position in the decade since. So it is one of the great what-ifs. For Jimmy Graham personally, what his career could have been. Could he have been a Hall of Fame tight end had he stayed in New Orleans? Maybe. And what could the Saints' offense have been, as it was during that time that they traded Jimmy Graham that the Saints went through their non-winning seasons, their back-to-back 7-9 seasons before they found their way back on the straight and narrow in 2017, and darn near got over the hump in 2018, but for the Nola no call, as we all know. But in any event, Jimmy Graham will be participating in the Arctic Challenge summer of 2025. So we'll see if he does play another NFL season, or if this is it as he gets ready for this great endeavor in the summer of 2025. It's a cool thing to do. Also feels like a crazy thing to do. Something that, like, crazy people would do. Like, get in a rowboat and cross the Arctic Ocean. I mean, the Titanic didn't make it with icebergs. A rowboat's got no shot. So don't hit an iceberg. Whew. That just seems really cold for me. I don't think that I would.
Yeah, year-round, too.
All the time.
Yeah, cold all the time, for sure. Yeah,
it's the Arctic.
Yeah, it just means cold.
There's polar bears and penguins and stuff.
Polar bears in the water? I don't know if they're in the water.
Well, no, I
right?
just mean that's where they live, in
the
Arctic.
In the Arctic, for sure, 100%.
Polar bears and penguins.
Penguins, yeah.
And ice.
A lot of ice.
And
cold. Of ice. That's not.
No.
Is it rough? Like, I feel like the Arctic is rough, right?
That's what they said. One of the harshest climates.
Yeah.
One of the world's harshest climates. It's the Arctic, man.
I mean, good luck. I'll gladly cheer for you from the sidelines on that. I'm not doing it.
Well, then you'd also have to row a boat for 15 days, which I don't think you'd do that even if the weather was beautiful. Let's be real.
Well, no, I said I'm not going to do it. What do you mean?
I know. But you said you're not going to do it. My point is you wouldn't do it even if the weather was nice. It's 15 days of rowing a boat. Even if you were in Maui, it's like, no.
Very strenuous, yeah. Rowing a boat's an awful exercise.
Don't tell that to PJ Fleck.
Well, that's a hypothetical boat. But I mean, like canoeing. Oh, yeah.
How you always miss the rim shot?
I don't know.
Mind-boggling to me.
Like people who actually enjoy canoeing, it's like, no, why? Sounds awful.
Yeah. I'd sit in a gondola and let someone row me across some water in
the guy is standing up in the front.
In Italia.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying there's better water activities than rowing a boat.
Like sitting in a boat and drinking beer?
Exactly.
It's a great activity. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.